Hey guys, welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University Mastermind. My name is Steve Spray. We are live from the 305 and we are back. We are on the Mastermind, and today we are talking about 3 tips to lock down an appointment. And if you guys want to call in, what I'm going to do is answer any questions that you have, and that number is right above the screen here at 305-865-8668. That is the number. You guys want to dial in, 305-865-8668. And I'll get you all set up. So any problems, challenges, anything that you have in your sales, your business, your deals, your phone calls, your cold calls, your follow-up calls, anything that would stop you from reaching your true potential, closing deals, and making more money, I want you to call in because I'm going to help you out. So guys, welcome back. What we're going to be talking about today particularly is going to be about appointments. And I want you to call in. You guys need to call in today because I know you need to set appointments. So one of the most important things, like I talk to a lot of salespeople all the time. They're like, make me better at closing. I want to get better at closing. And you should get better at closing. You definitely should do that. But let me tell you something. Without appointments, you don't have anything to close. Without a good appointment, you still can't close. The problems start way before your sales process. And so what I want to do today is I'm going to break down Grant Cardone's top 3 tips that I've learned inside Cardone University about setting great appointments. Because let me tell you something. If you set an unbelievable appointment, I mean, I'm talking about you really like sell the customer on showing up on time, ready to buy. You've identified a dominant buying motive. You guys hear Grant talking about that inside the fact finding, but if you can establish a real, true dominant buying motive, not a fluffy, fake, like, yeah, they just said it because they wanted to hurry up and get off the phone with you, dominant buying motive, where like the guy, if you got people not showing up to appointments, it's because you didn't do anything right on the actual appointment setting call. If you got people who show up to the demonstration from the appointment and you're like, and they're trying to figure out like, hey, remind me what you guys do again. If they're like, yeah, hey, what model were we talking about? Then you didn't do a good job on the appointment set. So what I want to do is give you 3 tips today that'll ensure you lock the appointment down. Okay, so as always, guys, look, 6 training segments inside the Cardone University program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you inside the system here where I'm finding some of this really deep, in-depth, I'm talking about powerful appointment setting material. And there's really 2 areas particularly that I'm getting some of this data from. So number 1, there's going to be the incoming calls. Now, I do want to hit on this because this is some of my favorite material. Even if you're making outbound calls, I'm telling you guys, this will be one of the most important parts of the program for you. Just because Grant goes so deep into actually controlling the call and how to really lock an appointment down. The other place that I'm going to be getting this from, so guys, study incoming calls. It's an unbelievable, it's one of my favorite categories. And then the other one would be particularly if you're making an outbound phone call. This would be master the cold call. Now, there's 59 training courses inside Master the Cold Call, particularly where I'm getting some of the data from today. We're going to be looking at the cold call process where Grant really dives deep to, break apart the actual cold call process itself so that way you know exactly what to do and say on the greeting, the big claim, the fact finding, the close, and really just how to create any pitch that you need. And so let's get into the tips. What I want to do is I want to break down a couple tips that I've found from Grant that they're not even really tips for me. They're basically what I would call stable data of setting an appointment. And what I mean by that is, look, it should be something you do every single time. This is, if you come in here and you want to set an appointment, you want to really learn, hey, what are some things I need to do to set an appointment? I'm going to walk through 3 things right now. And so you guys want to take notes, grab you a notepad. And the number 1 thing that I want to talk about right now is going to be this. Know what the buyer wants. And what I mean by that, and what Grant talks about inside the program, he says, what does every single buyer want, no matter what? Let's actually look at this from the lens of an incoming phone call first. Guy calls up to your company and he has a question. What's his question? Well, Could be anything. Could be price, payments, options. Tell me more about that. You ran an ad. You guys had a Black Friday special. Tell me about that. Well, no matter what it is with any of those, it's only really one thing. It is information. The person is calling up looking for information. So that if you know that on an incoming phone call, 100% of the time the customer is looking for information, why don't you lead with that? Lead with that. Give the customer what they want, because here's the deal. They're making the phone call. They could have drove over to your business, but they didn't. They made a phone call because they want to be fast, right? They want to, shorten up the time. Hey, I want to call them just to find out if they even have it. I want to call them to find out if I can even afford it. I want to call them to even see what it was about. I want to call about the ad, right? I want to find out, hey, what did that even mean? So time is really important. You got to understand what the customer really wants here. So number one, they want information. And with that information, look, they're doing this to save time. So if you beat around the bush and you're like, if you ever say anything that's like, hey, you gotta come to our company to get an information like that, you're gonna lose the deal. You're gonna lose that deal, and you're not gonna get a customer that shows up at all, let alone on time, ready to buy. They're not even gonna come to your company. And so you want to lead with that. Hey, happy to get you that information. The way that you want to really respond to this is positive, upbeat. You want to be excited, and you want to lead with agreement. Let's just say somebody calls up and they're like, hey, want to get the best price on this product that you have. Excellent. Okay, happy to get you best price on that vehicle. Please tell me how you would like that equipped. Let's just say they're calling up about a mattress, and they're like, hey, I want to find out what the best pricing you have on those new Tempur-Pedics. Excellent, happy to do that. Please tell me how you would like that equipped. We've got, the blah, 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 the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah. Look, move directly into qualifying what they really want, because we're not really giving them a price yet, but we are giving them information. We are trying to find out, what do they really want. This is where you want to fact find on the appointment set. But I gotta know first what the customer wants. So I'll tell you that the biggest problem with the biggest problem with people when they build their scripts is that they don't really build that script based off what the customer wants. They build it off what they want or what the manager wants. So they start with, well, we can give you that information. What is your name? And what is your email address? And what is your text number? And what is your date of birth? And what is your spouse's name? And what country do you live in? I mean, you ask me any of those questions, I'm gonna hang up on you in 2 seconds, and I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I'm gonna get the information myself, right? So lean in, done, happy to. I'd love to get that information for you. Thank you for calling. I'm the guy who gets you that information. Now tell me how you'd like that information equipped. I'm gonna get it packaged up and sent over to you on a text and an email, or however you like to receive your information. So I'm gonna move right into, hey, done, get them the information, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna present options. I'm never gonna give them one thing. I wanna present options. That's why you guys gotta dig into this material so you know what Grant's talking about in that particular situation. Otherwise, you're gonna blow it. Okay, so know what the customer wants. That's number one. You wanna know and you wanna operate your script based off they want. Now let's flip that, but let's talk about the same thing. Know what they want. Let's talk about a cold call right now. Let's just say I'm reaching out to somebody. I want to get an appointment with the decision maker, and I can get a decision maker on the phone. I call up. I'm going to make a lot of phone calls. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to get some people on the phone. I'm going to get a decision maker on the phone. What does a decision maker want when it's a cold call and he doesn't even know that I'm calling him? How do I even think with what does he want if he doesn't even know I'm calling? Well, listen, if that person shows up on your list, then the reality is that you probably can help them. I don't think the people still call out of the yellow books anymore. I don't think they do that anymore. Okay, so you wouldn't just be randomly calling somebody, right? You would actually be calling somebody who's on a list. You ever hear anybody say, hey, take me off your list? You know what's interesting? Dude, the only reason they ended up on the list in the first place was because they qualified to actually do well with the product or service that you sell. So the only reason they'd want to be off the list is if they just didn't know what you had, right? So let's think with what would somebody on a cold call actually want, right? So number one, you have to get them information. You need to be interesting a little bit, but you need to be interested in what problems you can solve for them. Okay, I got too many people that I hear, and trust me, I listen to a lot of cold calls, and it is unbelievable some of the things that I hear. They call up and they're like, we want to take about 30 minutes to show you what we can do to increase the sales of your business. Okay. And who are you? And like, how are you going to do that? Look, you got to really understand that they don't know you, they don't know what your business can do, and they do not owe you 30 or 40 minutes to basically sit down and have time so that way you can pitch them. They're not asking for the pitch. That's why they end up hanging up on you, because there's no value in your phone call. So you got to think with, what is that person on the other end of the cold call who doesn't know that I'm calling really actually want? So number one, what you need to dig into is going to be, look, I know that they don't have time because they didn't expect my phone call. So I just want to tell them up front, listen, my name's Steve. I'm calling from Grant Cardone's office. Grant Cardone wanted me to get you set up with a program to increase sales 30% in the next 90 days. But to be sure I'm not wasting your time, okay, I'm going to use that time pitch in there. To be sure I'm not wasting your time, how many salespeople do you have? Well, we got like 10, but we probably wouldn't be interested in anything like that. No problem. You don't have to be interested right now. My job is to get you access to something that will get you deals today. And if you like it, I'm sure you probably want to have us show you around the program. Okay, who else would need to see this in order for you to make a decision? I'm going to start, working my way down the pitch. This is right out of the cold call material. But if I know that they want time, if their hot button is time, I need to tell them how much time it's going to take, and it needs to be short. And remember, on a cold call, you're actually only spending just a couple of minutes with them to sell them on more time. So I'm pitching them on time to get a real presentation. So calling you up, I want to get you access to a program with 30% increase in sales. I'm using that so that way they know what I'm calling about. And then I want to actually drop in to be sure I'm not wasting your time. Look, because they don't want their time to be wasted. Or, hey, listen, this is going to take 30 seconds. I want to explain to you what our company does. And then this breaches into what I'm going to talk about on number 2. So number 1, we talked about know what the customer wants. Number 2, we need to increase the reality of what you do and how it can help them out. So I want you guys to really think about this. They don't know you. They don't know what you do. If they knew what you did, they would have called you. They would have bought your product already. So the companies that I already know about and I already know how they can help me, I usually just buy the product or service. Right? So the one thing that you need to understand is that part of my job is to increase the reality. Reality would be like, me and you could both agree that this is a computer, right? We both could probably also agree that this is a hat and that X right there is red. We probably could agree on that. So our reality is pretty much the exact same. If you say that my jacket is green and I say, no, it's blue, then our realities would be different. So I would need you to think with this number 2 thing. I got to improve the reality of what you do, because if they understand more about what you do, then they're going to know how it can solve their problem. So what's the easiest way to do that? Well, get your product in front of them. So listen, I know it's time. Look, I need 30 seconds. Let me show you how to get you a couple extra deals today. And if you like that, we'd like to show you the presentation. So what I want to do is I want to get them on our website probably. So for most of you, no matter what you do, think with getting customers on your website. I know we got calls. If you guys want to call in, drop in. So what you want to do is you want to get them on their website. So like what I'll do is I'll call somebody up and I'm like, hey, you don't have to be interested yet. What I want to do is get you something that'll get you some business today. And if you like it, we'll show it to you. Okay, you got 30 seconds. Most people end up saying, whatever, man, I got 30 seconds. What do you got? And I say, boom, go to cardoneuniversity.com. Okay, because once I can get them on the website, I can show them what to do. Now, if you're in automotive sales and you're trying to get an appointment with somebody to get them a referral, look, I'm not trying to bring them back in for a car yet. I'm trying to get some time with them. So I'm trying to sell them on time. This is the appointment set. This is not the presentation of the product. I'm trying to get an appointment right now. So an appointment's the presentation. I'm trying to sell somebody on an appointment. John, I'm giving you a call. You bought a vehicle from us 2 years ago. We got a new model. I know you're going to be in the market in the next 2 to 3 years. I want to show you 2 or 3 things right now. Are you in front of a computer? I'm not in front of a computer right now. Look, how quick can you get to one? I need to show this to you. This is brand new. You're going to be blown away. This is something brand new that's on the same model that you have. Can you get to a computer? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get them on our website. I'm going to kind of walk them through something. Now, you can do this in all different types. So like I used a business-to-business example, my personal one. I used a business-to-consumer example, you know, the auto dealers. And what you want to do is you want to get them on a website. You need to improve the reality. So put them on a website. I'm going to come back and explain more on this. I know I got a caller. Natalie, you want to drop in that caller? You guys want to drop in that caller? There you go. In Germany. Hey, what's happening, man? How you doing?
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm amazing. How's everything going in Germany?
Everything is fine. It's such an honor talking to you, Steve.
It's amazing to talk to you. Thank you.
Are you hearing me good?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me good?
Okay, yeah, of course. As I said, it's an honor for me to talk to you. And first of all, thanks to all your team with your content that you are providing every week, every single day. Thank you very much for that. Yep. I don't want to waste your valuable time and get straight to my question. And my question is, what do I do when the prospect is always insisting on the objection? I'm not interested. I'm applying the technique which Grant Cardone has taught us, make a big claim, and then acknowledge the objection. I'm acknowledging the objection that he is not interested.
Yeah.
And I'm replying, so yes, sir, I'm with you. So
what product do you sell? What do you sell? What do you sell?
That's a little bit funny because I'm trying to market Cardone University on German market.
Oh, you're trying to sell Cardone University in Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, good, man. So you're calling up business owners. They're not interested, right?
Yes.
If they were interested, they would have called you. So it's a cold call. You should know that almost 100% of the people aren't interested yet. Your job is to get them interested. So you just got to go into agreement, man. So, you know, you're calling up, listen, giving you a call. Listen, Grant Cardone, the world's #1 sales trainer on the planet, is now in Germany. And we're actually calling some of the local businesses to get them some access to the material. So that way we can find out, would you want to be one of the first candidates to actually use the material? No, I'm not interested. No problem. You don't have to be. What we're going to do is give you something now that will actually get your business 2 to 3 extra deals this month. So that way you can find out whether we'd even be a good fit to actually have a conversation. Are you in front of a computer? And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get that guy sold on about 30 seconds with me on the website. Let me show you how this works, actually. So I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to take him to the website. Now, when I talk about improving the reality, I'm going to take a guy to the website, and I'm going to say, hey, let me know when you're at CardoneUniversity.com. If you got 30 seconds, you don't have to be interested. Let me give you something. Go to CardoneUniversity.com and let me know when you get there. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, when you get there, this is, guys, everybody at home should be paying attention right now. I'm literally telling you exactly what to do to improve your sales. When you get them on the website, you need to find out, hey, let me know when you get there. Tell me what you see. So they could say anything. You don't know. They might not even be on the right website. This is where you get hold of the presentation. They're like, I see Sales Training University. Excellent. What does that mean to you? Sounds like you got a sales training university, and then you need to hit a big claim right here. That's exactly what this is. This is the world's #1 sales training program. Now scroll down. Okay, they're going to scroll. Okay, and then here's what I'm going to do. Now, when you see some of these boxes right here, you're going to see some boxes of categories that we train on. Let me ask you this. If there was one box that I were to open up today that would solve some problems for your sales team, what would it be? Okay, you're going to hear things like this. I don't know. Well, if you did know, which one would it be? You're also going to hear this. It's I don't know. It's probably going to be all of them. Nah, come on, man. I know it's always all of them, but if there was one today, you mean one today that got you some money, which one would it be? You know, and then they're going to be like, oh, you know what? Hey, what's this follow-up? Okay, this is how you respond right here. This is how you respond, because they're going to give you something. You're going to say, follow-up? We have everything on follow-up. Man, what is it for you guys? Okay, he's giving you your dominant buying motive. Okay, same thing for you and your business. If maybe you're a car dealer, mattress dealer, you're a phone dealer, you work at Verizon Wireless, you're selling the iPhone. They call up, they want some information. Hey, go to our website, let me show you something. And then we get them there. Which one of these would solve some problems for you right now? Well, okay, so in our case, they're talking about follow-up. They throw us a bone. They give us an example. They say follow-up. We say, what? Follow-up? We have everything on follow-up. What is it for you? Now remember, I cold called this person. I got him on my website. Now he kind of sees what we do a little bit. He's like, wow, follow-up. I never really thought about that. Hey, what is this follow-up thing that you guys got? And I'm like, man, we got everything on follow-up. What is it for you guys? Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, we could always get better at follow-up. And this is where you need to like ring this guy on this one thing, right? Well, listen, are they not making the phone calls? Did they not know what to say? Did they not know exactly what to do, when to follow up? And he'll be like, yeah, you know, probably, yeah, they just don't know what to say. And then I'm going to say this. Hey, can you see right there on the website how many courses we have on follow-up? You want to show them this? Because I'm drilling this home right now. Hey, can you see how many courses we have on follow-up? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, good. It's 132 courses on follow-up. We literally have everything on follow-up. We actually have exactly what to do, what to say, how to say it. Okay, let me tell you this. 48% of all salespeople, they never follow up. Does that sound about right with your salespeople? Yeah, that's probably pretty close to right. Excellent. Okay, how much money is that costing you? I don't know. Well, how much is a deal worth to you? You know, and the guy's like, well, you know, it might be, you know, we make about $500 per deal. You think you're missing 10 deals a month? Yeah, that's $5,000 a month. That's 60 grand per year. Over 3 years, we're talking about 180 grand. Okay. The conversation I'm going to be talking to you right now is about $180,000 to solve that problem. We can do it this month. Okay, can you give me 10 or 15 minutes? I'll show you how to do it right now. Okay, so what I did right there, and that's exactly the way that it should go. That is how an appointment should go. Because what I want to do is I want to get him on our website. I want to improve the reality. Why? Because he's not giving me time right now to present to him. He's telling me he's not even interested. Well, I know he's interested in more deals, right? I know he's interested in more sales. He never would have shown up to work today if he wasn't interested in more sales. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. But what can I say to him if he is constantly telling me I'm not interested, and he hang up on me?
Yeah, I understand. You don't have to be interested.
I'm following up. That's not the case. We have our follow-up program on Cardone University. I'm applying that, but what if the constant?
No, I know. So you don't understand what I'm saying. I just use follow-up as an example as I was role-playing with myself to show you what a conversation would look like.
Sure.
He could have said closing. Mm-hmm. He could have said, so here's the reality of the situation. The guy wants more business, right or wrong?
Right.
Yep, he wouldn't even have shown up to work if he didn't want more business. He would have retired yesterday. Sure. Okay, so I know that he wants more business. You are calling him to help him get more business than he even knows that's available for him right now, because he doesn't really know what's available because he doesn't know how good his people can be with follow-up or closing, right?
Sure.
If they knew how good they could get at closing a deal, they would have called somebody already. We would have already been doing business with that company, but they don't yet know, which is why you're cold calling the guy. And when he calls up, hey, I'm not interested in, hey, no problem. You don't have to be interested right now. Listen, I know you're interested in making more money and getting more sales. The intention for the call is to give you something that you can use right now to actually pick up a couple extra sales. Let me ask you this real quick. If I increase your sales, would you give me a shot to actually show you our product? You think you could get somebody to maybe give you 30 seconds on that?
Sure, everybody wants to increase their sales.
Yeah, exactly. So all I'm looking, hey, listen, you don't have to be interested right now. I know you want to make more sales, and I'm going to give you something today that you can make more sales. If you like it, I'm sure you probably would call me back on it, right? So look, do this. Give me 30 seconds. Go to my website, cardoneuniversity.com. I'm going to give you something right now. You use it, and then let me know if you want to see more. I'm just trying to get you some extra deals. Okay? Now, this is where people get confused because they're like, well, what am I actually giving them? You're giving him more information on the product. He doesn't know what the product is yet, man. He doesn't even know that he could get better at any of these other categories. Worst case scenario, I give him something to run a sales meeting on. You know? When was the last time you ran a sales meeting on these? Well, good. Theory of closing. I never thought about that. There you go. There's a free sales meeting. Run a sales meeting on that. If you like it, we got 42 sales meetings on that. Right? So this is where you just got to get them on the website so they can see what you do. They're not interested because they don't actually know what it is.
Sure.
Sure. Let me ask you this. Do you think that their salespeople are training on follow-up every day?
No.
Nope. And then what about closing?
No.
You think they're doing any type of training on closing the deal?
No.
Yeah, they're not. They're not at all. They don't even know that this exists. In fact,
I noticed that there is a huge need of Cardone University here on German market because not many people, not many salespeople are trained here. So that was the reason. As I got known to Grant Cardone, I read all his books and I got on Cardone University. And I had an idea, and I thought I could also market this Cardone University. I will help all those companies and businesses.
Yeah.
They need Cardone University because the content on Cardone University.
Let me ask you this question, though. Let me ask you this question. How did you come across Grant Cardone? Like, how did you know as a salesperson to go reach out and find Grant Cardone? Did somebody introduce you? Did somebody recommend it to you? How did that actually happen for you?
That's a little bit funny because the first video I saw from Grant Cardone was on YouTube, and that was about real estate. And at that time, I was near to buy real estate, and I saw his video. And one video led to another video, and I got so obsessed with Grant Cardone's content. I saw Young Hustler and real estate shows and G&E show and Cardone University. Finally I got on Cardone University.
Yeah.
And all the stuff. Stuff.
Now, if I would have called you up before you knew who Grant Cardone was, before you were even interested in real estate, and I said, hey man, I got the #1 sales training program in the world and I want to sell it to you and your team, how do you think you would have responded before that whole process? You probably would have been...
How would I have responded?
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe you at first place.
Exactly. So the people you're calling right now, they're in that stage, right? So you got to think about that. You got to think, man, if they knew about this, if they knew what I knew, and guys, the lesson that I'm giving you here is not just for the guys selling Cardone University. This is for you in every other industry that this is all about. If this person knew what you knew about this product, they would have it. But they don't know. So that's why they're not interested. They're not interested because they don't actually know. If they did know, they would buy it. Now, my job as a salesperson is to sell them on being open-minded, to actually take a look. Now, I know that if I can get them in this little Grant Cardone funnel, just like what you did, you found a real estate book and all of a sudden you got hooked on sales training. You're like, what? Dude, I didn't even know this was possible. I didn't know you could get better at these things. And if you can take somebody through that same process that sold you, you will get deals. And what happens is you got to be responsible for getting them through that cycle. So you got to let them know. Look, hey, you don't have to be interested. Look, when I first found out that there was sales training, I wasn't interested either until I started learning how to close more deals. You want to close more deals, right?
Sure.
Good. Give me 30
100%.
seconds. Let me show you how to close 5 more deals this week. And if you like that, look, give me a call back. We'll chop it up. I'll show you what I got. Is that fair?
Sure.
So do you see how that works?
Yeah.
My job is to improve the reality. But I need to know what the buyer wants. I know the buyer wants probably the end result of my product. I wouldn't even be giving them a call. So this goes for anybody. If you're trying to save somebody money on insurance, you're trying to save them money on a corporate mobile phone, you're trying to, I don't care what you're doing. You're trying to sell a Gulfstream. What problem is somebody trying to solve? You might want to lead with some of that stuff. Look, I know you're not interested, but I know you're probably trying to get around the world and save time. Okay, give me 30 seconds. Let me show you. Okay, I'm not going to take them into the Gulfstream. I'm going to take them to Gulfstream website. I'm going to tell them, hey, give me 30 seconds. If you don't if you don't think what I have is worth $1 million to you in 30 seconds, look, hang up on me. Okay, I dare you. Okay, look, take 30 seconds, go to my website, Gulfstream.com, CardoneUniversity.com, AshleyFurniture.com. You guys see what that's about? So, man, thanks a lot for calling in. That was a really good example of exactly what we're talking about here today. So you got to know what the customer wants. The customer wants probably the end result. If you guys go back to the training, you go back to the training in Cardone University that says feature, advantage, benefit. And you guys do the exercise Grant talks about, feature, advantage, benefit. People don't buy the features, they buy the benefit. You want to lead with the benefit in your pitch. I know you're not interested. I'm trying to save you time. If I'm trying to sell hats, what's the end result of a hat? I don't know. There could be 100 reasons why a guy wants a hat. Maybe he's bald. Maybe he likes the 10X. Maybe he wants to let everybody know what he represents. You need to find out. Dude, I know you're not interested, but I know you represent the 10X brand. Look, let me show you something. It takes 30 seconds. Go to my website. Let me show it to you real quick. Let me at least show you. If you don't like it, look, hang up on me. Okay? This is how you get people into your sales funnel. Now, the third and final thing of what we'll finish up here is lock the appointment down. So remember, I'm not in a presentation yet. You could move that into a presentation, by the way. That would be exactly how you get into a one-call close presentation. But let's just say I'm closing them on the appointment. I'm trying to lock it down. You actually got to show them your product. Maybe you got to show up at their office, or maybe you got to get onto a screen share call and you got to spend 30 minutes to show them the full product. That's totally fine. We're talking about setting appointments right now. You got to get them some more information about it. You got to get them onto a website or something that you can improve the reality so they know what you're even calling them about, so that way they could at least maybe be interested. Right now they're not interested because they have no idea what it is, right? So I'm going to improve that up. Now, number 3 thing is I need to lock this down. Let's just say guy says, you know what? Hey, we do like that. I didn't know you had this. I would be open to see it. Call me back tomorrow, 2 p.m. This is where most salespeople flunk on the actual lockdown. Let me show you this. Go back to Cardone University right here. I want you guys to go back in here. This is in 2 parts. 2 parts. You guys must understand this. Incoming phone calls. If you guys want the exact words to say, go to setting the appointment. It is right here laid out word for word what to do. Download the general call script if you want that, but Grant's going to tell you here's how to lock the appointment down. Get the customer to show up on time, ready to buy. Managers, if you're on this call and your people aren't like just buried in this information, you're missing appointments. Cold callers, for you cold callers. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to show you where this is at. Master the cold call. If you guys are writing this down at home, write this down. Master the cold call process. And you just want to go to the close. This is closing on the appointment. Closing on the appointment. So closing on the appointment, that's exactly what we're doing. So guy tells you, hey, call me back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Excellent. Happy to do that. Call you back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Okay, now I need to go for the lockdown close. This is the Grant Cardone lockdown close. Sir, any reason tomorrow, 2 p.m., Thursday, you wouldn't be able to be at that meeting in front of your computer or have me at your office? No, I might be good. I know, but other than a zombie apocalypse, I mean, I'm talking anything, any reason, okay? Kid have a soccer game? you're working a deal, any reason why you wouldn't close your door, deadbolt the lock, and be ready in front of your computer 2 p.m. No, man, I'll be there. I need to see this. This is how you guys get real certain about your deal. You lock it down. So I can't tell you how many times people have set appointments. Okay, you show up to the appointment. Okay, you're all excited. You wake up early. Okay, you comb your hair the right way. You're so excited. You put on your favorite tie. You're showing up, and you're waiting on the appointment, and nobody shows up. Guy forgot he had a doctor's appointment. So you forgot to lock it down. He's like, oh, dang, man, I forgot that. Which one I got to go? I got to go to the doctor appointment. I'll push this guy off. I'm not even sure what this guy's showing me anyways. So this is where you guys got to lock it down. Lock it down. So the way to do that is really study the information in the program. One other way to be is, sir, do you have a pen handy? Excellent. I want you to write this down. 2 p.m. Thursday. Okay, you're Eastern Standard Time, correct? Excellent. Put down Eastern Standard Time, and I want you to write my name down. My name is Steve. Okay, and I want you to write down my cell phone number in case anything changes. I want to make sure that you text me in case there's any problems. 317 . Okay, that's what you're going to do, right? And so you need to lock this down, make it real. So let's go back over the 3 things we talked about today. The 3 tips to locking appointments down. Number 1, know what they want. Either lead with what they want or just know how to give them what they want in their rebuttals. So like, not interested, we covered that. You don't have to be interested. I know you came here I know you showed up today. You want some deals. I came to help you out with getting some extra deals. And then sell them on the time. They want short time. They don't want a big, long, stop asking for 30 minutes on a cold call. Stop telling people that they got to show up. Oh yeah, we can get you that information. You got to come down. You got to come down to the store. Okay, if you're doing that today, you're losing deals. So let them know. Listen, hey, happy to get you that information. Okay, tell me how you want that equipped. Tell me how you want that information lined up. Let me get that for you. I'm happy to do that. How quick can I get it? Can I text, email, call? How do you want this? Look, be of service. Be fast. Let them know. That takes me 10 seconds. Let me get that handled for you. Okay, use that. Now, improve the reality. The way to improve reality would be to actually show them something. Try to get them on your website. That would be amazing. Perfect case scenario would be like, hey, give me 30 seconds. Let me show you something. If you like it, look, we'll present the product to you. If not, we'll part ways as friends. But look, give me 30 seconds at least. I'll show it to you. Okay, good attitude, big smiles, even if you're on the phone. And number 3, lock the appointment down. After they tell you, hey, you know what? I didn't know you had that. Oh, we would be interested in seeing that. You need to lock it down. Excellent. Any reason. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Short of North Korea going nuclear. Short of a meteor. Okay? Short of a zombie apocalypse. Okay? Short of you getting decapitated. Okay? Short of planet Earth falling off its rotation, falling into the sun. Other than that, any other reason other than that, any reason why you wouldn't make this. Okay, you need to lock this thing down, guys. Get as crazy as you want, okay, because sometimes it gets people to laugh. I always do the zombie apocalypse. I always do, hey, short of a meteor shower that takes out your store, any reason why you wouldn't make that call tomorrow. They usually laugh. Or, I'll lock it down like this. I'll say, hey, tomorrow's not your day off, is it? That's not your day off, is it? They're like, what? No. I'm like, oh, okay, good. I just want to make sure you weren't going to be out playing golf when I tried to give you a call. Okay, look, people laugh at that. They love it. It locks it. It makes you real. You're not just another robot trying to get a deal, not worried about what they want. You're worried about what you want. Okay, be real. Be a salesperson. Be professional. Be successful. Do your 6 segments every single day. And guys, we'll see you back here next Wednesday on the Cardone University Mastermind.